Alright.
Oh, it's starting.
It's the waiting list, the only podcast with no one watching. I think we should actually like take that as our claim to fame. We are the number 0 in the world.
There's somebody else with the same podcast name and they're above us.
Yeah.
But not by
Everywhere.
much. Like if this
They have like 34 subscribers. We have like 8.
Yeah, but we're gonna beat them. Fuck them.
We just need to get the entirety of R to subscribe to us, and we'll beat them.
Yes, all of
all of
Uh-huh.
Okay. Whoever you are, if you are listening to us, you have just made us have one viewer apart from none viewers, and that means we've lost our number 0 position, and that makes me sad. But also, please tell us who you are, where we last left off. But the party's still split up. Went on a few tangents. Starting with Cyril and Rory, both of them attempting to hunt down Tereth, trying to find where he went, as he seemingly disappeared. Following this trail of the strange white, dusty, powder-esque material that seems to have trailed outwards. Following that, they found 3 guards, one of which seemed to have been hit with some form of fire magic, or maybe simple fire, as half of his body, with his right arm and his right leg being scarred and scorched. After looking around some and then finally deciding to try and trick the guards, they found a direction to go, finding a large circular tunnel that looks like it was a bit too smooth for normal methods of excavation. Following down it dawning on Cyril that it may well be this type of large worm-like dragon that is known for burrowing through solid rock. And that it was, as they came nearly face to face with such a beast. Sending Rory ahead, Cyril turned and fled.
That rhymes.
Being chastised by his sword endlessly for that. Rory, on the other hand, finding this strange glowing mushroom forest again. Flying upwards and locating a strange gateway in the distance. And this is where we left off with them. Where we left off with Tereth, he had woken up and, along with the Drow Prince, who was bringing news of a very dire situation, continuing to walk with the Drow Prince, making their way towards where the party is, or was. They came across a Dragonborn who seemed quite heavily armoured with a large glaive, impaling a male drow with simple clothes. After hearing him say that you're looking for that damned prince, that is where we last left off with Tereth. And finally, where we left off with Mistral and Spencer and Malon. They had, in the midst of fighting this strange cloaked figure, they finding more questions than answers, as Mistral, using comprehend languages, found out that this creature was calling for help, begging for death. And as they had learned that until the crystal is destroyed, then they will never be free. Not necessarily understanding what this meant, a large gonging bell sounded, and this black creature fled atop a tree end, leaving the party to lick their wounds. that is where we last left off. And that is where we shall pick up again.
Alright.
So, you are all just getting down to rest. A small rudimentary fire that is covered to not make too much, not to garner too much attention. Malon is simply fixing up his wounds that have mostly been sealed due to the healing magics of Spencer.
Right, so what's the plan? We're gonna look for the others, we're gonna see why they were heading towards the giant gong, or we're just gonna kind of sit here and lick our wounds.
That entirely depends on a few things. How are both of you? How are you tired? I don't know about you, but I'm running slightly low on energy.
I think it might be a good idea to rest a bit then.
That gives our enemies time to prepare, but it means we are more prepared. And it also gives time to possibly the others to regroup with us if they are on their way. I might be able to message one of them. That'll be all I have. And there's no telling what type of state they'll be in.
I think you should save your energy,
Right.
in case they come back to find us.
That is a good idea. But that leaves the others fending for themselves, whatever stage they could be in, with relatively no way to contact us.
They're pretty tough. I'm sure they'll be fine.
I suppose we could go look for them.
We could, but then we wouldn't be able to rest.
Hmm.
I'm more worried about our Dragonborn friend. He said he had that he had contacts with the Drow. That could prove quite useful, but if he's dead, then we have nothing. I'm unsure of what to do.
Yes.
That creature was begging for help, only adding to the list of questions, and it was most certainly, at least I assume, abyssal in nature. At least it seemed it.
At least now we know how to destroy it.
Yes, a crystal. What could that mean? Incredibly broad and no direction to speak of. And does that mean that that creature is invincible or immortal until that is destroyed?
Perhaps.
I do not know. What do you both think? Should we look for the others? Should we sit here and lick our wounds?
Now you see, we're both very highly indecisive people.
Well, then
Wanna
Don't tell him that.
Well, then I shall lay the chips in front of you, so to speak. Our enemies know we're here. It is no doubt that they are preparing something to push back our incursion. So far we have had smooth sailing and relative ease of manoeuvring, though that was certainly not all the forces they have at their disposal. It was a small force. And that creature, I do did not seem wounded in the slightest, only mildly inconvenienced when we were attacking it. There could be smarter ways of dealing with it. But if dealing with it is possible, we'd need to be completely recouped. We don't know the story behind how Telleth disappeared. He may have been captured, for all we know.
Right.
The others were sent to find information about that, maybe try and find whether he'd been captured or maybe he got out. And obviously they have not returned, so they must have at least found something or been captured themselves. So we're either waiting for something that is not coming, or we are waiting for a reunion and regaining our strength whilst we do so.
I feel like we should take a kind of a bit of a break, rest up a bit, because if we had to get into another big battle, I don't know how long I'd last. Maybe, hopefully, the others will come back. If not, perhaps we should try and find them without drawing too much attention to ourselves. And once we're regrouped, kind of form some kind of plan.
If we are to wait, then we should go back to that previous location that we were resting at, so they know where to find us.
Yes, that sounds like a good idea.
Then it is settled then. We shall wait. Okay. So, you all return back to where you were previously. You can still hear the occasional muffled noises from Daniels, but he's relatively quiet.
Yeah.
And if that is all, and there is no role-playing scenarios you want to have now while the two of you are there?
Nothing I can think of.
Apologies. Then we shall move back briefly to Cyril. You are...
I think he's not here at the moment.
Indeed, he is not.
Felix, are you there?
He sent a message saying,
Oh, I didn't.
I guess we could make up a roleplay scenario while we wait.
I can move to other people.
Yeah.
Alright, Ali, are you there?
Yes.
Okay.
Ah, you made it.
You are flying above the mushroom forest. You can see this large gateway made of stone ahead of you. Are you doing anything in particular while you are heading towards it?
No.
No? Okay.
I mean, I'll keep my eye out for anything. Like, just,
anything
I don't
in
know.
particular, or just anything that catches your eye?
Yeah, anything that captures my eye, really.
Okay. Roll me a perception check.
Okay. That's a 17.
Okay. Looking about, you don't notice many things of interest. You do notice a few sort of figures that seem to be in the mushroom forest. You can't make them out in the slightest. You could if you moved downwards towards them.
Okay, I'll move down, but I don't want them to see me, so...
Okay, roll me a stealth check with disadvantage.
Okay.
Because you are in the air and you technically still have a lit torch with you.
Okay. Well, that's still a 22.
Okay. As you fly a bit closer, trying to listen in, you catch a figure of a female with this sort of almost silken looking robe, dark grey skin, pointed ears, and white flowing hair that goes down to about the small of her back. You can also see 2 children of a similar complexion, though varying in hair length, a male and a female. The female with these sort of braids that sort of going down to like about the collarbone, and the male with this sort of pretty short hair, and he's currently carrying a stick, and he's sort of using it like a walking stick.
Okay. Are they saying anything?
Not really. The female, older female, is currently humming a strange tune. But the children sort of chattering with each other, like sort of in a language you don't understand. I don't think. I will check though. No. They're sort of chattering to each other in a language you don't understand.
I'm gonna whisper down to Rosa. Rosa, do you know what they're saying?
What? No, I don't.
Oh, okay. Are they like heading in any particular direction? Do they look like they're walking somewhere? Like,
They don't seem to be travelling anywhere. The children seem to be playing, and the
Okay.
the lady seems to just sort of be humming and sort of slowly following behind them, keeping an eye on them.
okay. Are they near the archway, or is the
No,
archway
this is
like,
a
still-
bit away. This is it's still a bit of a fly away. It's within like you can see it, but it's not like directly near it or anything.
Okay. I'm gonna fly down to them.
Okay. As you sort of fly down, a bit, I'd say you're a little bit of away, so they can see you. Sort of one of the children, sort of the boy, sort of, whoa, look at that, this, as he's sort of like pointing towards you. The woman sort of walking up a bit quicker now, sort of putting a hand on both of the sort of shoulders, sort of eyeing you up slightly.
I'll land kind of in front of them. And just say, hello. Do you speak common?
The 2 children sort of look at it, and the sort of the woman sort of looking up. That we do. Hello.
Hi. Sorry to interrupt you. Well, I was just I'm actually looking for a friend of mine. Have you by any chance seen a black dragonborn?
Her facial expression sort of jumps slightly, and she sort of steps back slightly, sort of moving the children backwards. So she gives you a very strange look, saying, "Dragonborn, you say? A black one?
Yes.
Do they go by any name?"
Tereth.
Her form relaxes slightly.
Oh.
I know of who you speak, but only briefly. A friend of the prince, I believe. Quite a controversial
yes.
one recently, though. Still a friend of the prince. I do not know where he is. It might be possible that he's currently in the citadel, but I would not have the authority to let you in.
Okay.
You'd have to ask, though I'm sure, deprived of your weapons, you would be allowed.
Do I know where that is?
The citadel?
Yeah.
You do not.
Okay. Where is this citadel you speak of?
She sort of turns and points towards the large archway you saw, sort of taking a hand off one of the children, sort of saying, Well, over there, you can't miss it. I wouldn't make any sudden moves around the guards, especially considering that the current climate of things with affairs that are currently afoot. Though it all does seem handled, we're still wary of spies, and it's not every day you see well, forgive me for saying a rather odd race for being down here.
Oh, it's okay. Yes. Is the arch like? Can I see stuff behind the arch?
It's sort of an archway with the doors on it. They seem to be also made of stone, and sort of a large sort of what you think is sort of almost like a large circular wall.
Okay.
It's sort of like this sort of darkish grey colour.
Yeah.
From what you can see currently.
Okay. Thank you for your time.
That is fine. Though I wouldn't surprise any guards like you surprised us.
Right.
Especially
Yes.
carrying
Sorry
weapons.
about that.
Especially
Okay.
carrying weapons of what looks to be an elven make. That might rile things up slightly, but
Okay. Yes. Thank you. I'll just smile down at the children.
like yeah, like the sort of the
Down.
boy looks a bit more sort of interested. He's sort of tugging slightly out in the older one's grip, sort of going like, look at it, Dash! He's sort of like pointing towards you.
How tall is Rory again?
Like 5'4", I want to
Not.
say.
Oh, you big.
Wait, wasn't? Wait. I'm actually wait fucking time.
4'3", sorry, no, 4'3".
Yeah.
5'4". Wouldn't it-
Okay. I'm
Big
going
bird.
to.
She's 4'3". She's quite
Big
short.
bird. Yeah, I'll just fly. I'll just continue flying to the archway.
Okay.
Yes.
Continuing on flying, you see a few more sort of people. Some people seem to be sort of there seems to be sort of these sort of almost fields of these sort of mushrooms, and some of them seem to some people you see sort of in these sort of fields, sort of picking them, sort of putting them into these sort of like crude looking sort of like strange baskets that seem to be made out of all this almost like mycelium type sort of stretches of sort of almost like roots of mushroom.
Okay.
But you get the feeling that there's a lot of mushrooms.
Yes. Are they all glowing?
No, not all of them are.
Okay.
The ones they're picking are not. There are glows to a lot of the different things here, because like bioluminescence is, well, rather needed in the Underdark. But there are plenty of things that are not bioluminescent.
Alright. Yeah, I guess I'll just carry on.
Okay. How do you get like close to the gates and stuff? Do you?
Yeah, I'll land like. Are there guards at the gate?
Give me a perception check.
18.
18. You see cleverly in some almost like a fold in the sort of near the gateway. It's just sort of like the rock sort of blending in with the rest of it, but you see it sort of like seems to curve inwards, and you can see what looks like a group of sort of guards, all with sort of longbows, and you can see on top of the wall as well that there are a few sort of in a divot down, almost like a trench.
Okay. Can I see like over the top of the wall?
Depends how high you fly.
Well, I will fly up until I can.
Okay, how close are you to the city at the moment? Citadel, sorry.
Sorry?
How close are you to the wall? Are you? How close?
Oh, like out of, like, so that they probably wouldn't notice me yet.
Okay.
So I don't know.
Flying upwards, you see this sort of stretch of sort of strange-looking buildings. They seem elegant but crude almost. It's very difficult to say. It does seem like some of them have been made entirely out of rock. Some of them sort of using sort of this sort of what looks to be almost like sort of type of mushroom as a replace for wood for some things. You can see sort of quite elegant sort of like what seem look like churches, and sort of in this sort of almost circular, almost semicircle type of thing as it sort of goes into the cave wall. And you can see this very large, magnificent looking palace that have sort of the stalactites are sort of meeting with these large spires, making these sort of almost columns where you can see sort of like very dim lights surrounding round them. These sort of large columns, and you can see these sort of spires also meeting with stalactites. It's very beautiful looking. A lot of the place is very dim lights. It's not very it's not very bright, not at all. It reminds you of an elven city, but it is far darker, far darker. You can't make out most of the things on like the sort of streets.
Right. So I can't see anyone like down there?
Not really. You can see a few figures, but like that are closer to the dim lights. You can see the sort of these lights sort of can occasionally scattered. They seem to be like one of these sort of greenish glows from the sort of similar to the mushrooms that you've seen occasionally throughout. Not the purple mushrooms, but green ones.
Okay. Well, I'll go down to the guards at the gate.
Okay.
I'll land like a bit further back.
Mm-hmm.
And then kind of walk up to them.
Okay. All right. As you sort of are approaching, you feel a bit of tension in the air as one of the guards steps out, but none of the others do. Briefly saying, "Don't get doink, do death," and sort of seeing sort of your face that I'm assuming is sort of slightly confused.
Yeah.
He's sort of common.
Yeah. Hello.
He's sort of like, we do not get much of your kind around here, so I will ask. What are you doing here?
Yes, well, I'm actually looking for a friend of mine. His name is Tareth. And I was wondering if I could see him because he kind of got separated from our group, and you know, we're all quite worried about him. So.
Well, we do know of Tareth, though we cannot simply let you in without knowing for certain that you are telling the truth.
Yes, of course.
So, as he's sort of leaning over his shoulder, sort of think that as a you seeing his sort of guards, you see this sort of black and with sort of grey trimming armor, sort of a lot of triangular shapes on it, sort of down the arms, and sort of the chest piece is a sort of quite a few triangles as well. You see these sort of bits of fabric as well attached onto it. It's quite amazing looking craftsmanship, as you can see sort of like over his right shoulder, sort of what looks to be the handle of a sword, and sort of slung over his left shoulder is sort of this black curved bow that seems to be made of this strange material. It's certainly not wood. His face is sort of with a sort of, he has this sort of helmet that sort of it's like a almost like a you want to say a depiction of an animal, but it is very strange. You've not seen much like it. It is also sort of black with grey trimmings. The person who walks out is this as well as a male. He this one's with sort of like his hair in a long braid that seems to go down his back a bit. His skin is a bit darker than most of the others, sort of nearly a sort of dark greyish black. You see, he doesn't have the same armor. He has this sort of black and sort of black and grey robe that falling down him. As he moving forward, as the guard now says again, This will give us a way to determine whether you are being completely truthful, as this sort of ring of sort of this faint greyish light begins sort of forming around you as these sort of runes begin showing up on the ground.
Rory looks a little bit uneasy.
Okay. You have nothing to fear unless you are lying. So, tell us again, why have you come here?
Well, I've come to look for my friend Tereth because he got separated from our group.
Okay. Really quickly, give me a charisma saving throw.
Okay. 14.
Okay. Alright. This sort of, he looks over to the, sort of the other person, sort of, he nods his head slightly, he says, and what do you plan to do? Are you planning to gain access to the city, or are you planning to simply request that he be located?
Well, I would like to talk to him and see what happened to him and hopefully bring him back to the rest of the party.
Again, the other one nods. Final question. Are you working for the dragons of Isla Draconis?
No.
Once again, the other one nods, says, now the circle sort of diminishes and sort of this is now just a faint looking circle, sort of imprint in the ground. He says, whilst you were looking, as we do not necessarily know that whether Tereth is inside the city due to the prince often not taking the front gate, we would not know whether he is or not. I will grant you an escort of guards, so you may look.
Thank you.
If you are to draw a blade at any point in this city, you will be apprehended, and no one will ever hear from you again. Is that understood?
Yes, definitely.
Good. As he now sort of turning, sort of saying a few words in the language you don't understand, sort of as two of the guards you had seen previously in that fold stepping out, both with very similar armor to the previous one, a little bit less decorated, and both without helmets. One of them being a female, she with relatively short hair, sort of just sort of swept over, and the other a male and with sort of again sort of shorter hair to be sure, but yes.
No,
And
but
they
before we
both-
continue, I have a meta question.
Go ahead.
What day did the Dragonborns attack on?
Well, you have to find out.
Big
I know
smoke.
this shit. I just don't remember.
Tereth would know, yes, but so the Dragonborn attacked about nearly a day since you had spoken with him last, but not a complete day since. If that helps.
How long after Rory arrives?
That is a very metagamey question.
No, just because my timeline's all messed up in my head.
Okay.
Not that I think Rory should change anything about what.
About the same time.
Okay. Haha, you're fucked.
But you
Right.
didn't hear that earlier.
I did not.
I hate you now a fucking big thing is now spoiled.
Sorry.
I fucking hate you, John.
Sorry. I just needed to know
You
metal.
didn't need to know.
I did.
God,
You could have figured it
John,
out.
ruin
I
everything.
could. Maybe.
Okay. As the doors of this large wall slowly apart, only one of them parting, just enough really to let you and the guards through. The female guard now. Right. You'll be wanting to try and find Tereth, who will likely be with. Oh God. He would like, if he is here, he would be with the prince. As they're all buddy. So we'll have to make our way over there. As you are allowed in the city. You are allowed to, if you need to, look about, but looking for Tereth is your main reason of staying. So come on, let us begin our search.
While we're walking,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna turn to her and say, what was that? You know the last question they asked me about the dragons of Edricon?
Isla
So,
Draconis.
yes. What is that exactly?
The Drow, at least we, the Drow, are currently at war with Dragonborn of an island that we used to be great allies with. We do not know why, but we know that we are at war and they have been sending spies.
Oh,
In fact, Tereth, the only reason he hasn't been apprehended for his kind secrets is because of his standing with the prince.
oh, okay.
The prince has a soft spot for him. They grew up. Well, word has it that they grew up together, but I don't buy it.
Didn't the prince grow up here? Or
That's why I didn't buy it. The rest of the story I don't know. All I know is that we are at war and constant vigilance is to be maintained.
oh, okay. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. I guess.
We've been at war for a while now.
Oh,
But these new enemies marching, well, enemies, but these new forces at play, marching on our very doorstep, it's causing a bit of a time of unrest.
Yes.
So, it is a good idea if you don't draw too much attention to yourself.
Yeah, I'll try not to.
Good.
I'll just kind of tighten my cape.
Rosa is quite quiet.
Yes. Okay.
Give me a quick perception check.
13.
13. Okay. You hear a humming from somewhere. There's.
Oh, just a sec. Sorry about that. Yes.
You hear this faint humming, but you can't really place the location of it. It's very,
Okay.
very faint, but as you walk, it continues.
I'll turn to the guard and just say, what's that humming sound?
What humming sound?
I mean, I can hear. I don't know. I don't know where it's. Wait. Can I can talk to Rosa in my head, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna just ask Rosa in my head. Do you know what it is, Rosa?
There's no response.
Rosa?
What?
That. Can you hear the humming?
What's humming? Look, I'm trying to think about something right now.
Rosa, you've been off all day. What's wrong?
There's nothing wrong. I don't know.
But you always talk to me about this stuff. Just you can just tell me. Did I do something?
There is no response. The humming continues.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just keep on walking, kind of trying to listen.
Okay.
For whatever.
We're going to briefly jump over to Cyril. Cyril,
Hello, I am
Hi.
here this time.
you've been after your a brief sprinting. You've now been running at a pretty fast pace. You're about 2/3 the way back by now through the
Okay.
tunnel from the way you've all. What the fuck? What the fuck?
Was that you, Paris?
No, it's the cave.
I swear to God that wasn't on purpose. I swear.
The worm just fucking burst through like.
I swear.
Fucking hell! I'm trying to have
That
like.
song earlier. I don't know where that came from. I wasn't even listening to that. The last thing on my copy paste file was a dragon attack. I don't know where that came from.
Okay. So, as you're running through that,
I'm
keep my hands up. Right. So, as you continue running, this rumbling sound from the this draconic worm, still around you though, not completely close. It's rumbling still, but as you continue running, this getting louder and louder. This noise. What do you do?
Okay. When I think it's coming close enough that it might be about to come through, I'm gonna suddenly stop, and I'm gonna like stop and run back the other way, for like a second to try and dodge it.
Okay.
Should I roll like
Okay.
perception or something for that then, I guess? Or
Give me a perception check, and then give me a. Well, we'll determine it.
oh, that's a nat 20.
Okay.
So
Do you wait for
16.
do you wait for relatively the last second, or do you wait for?
I wait for like, so, well, like I don't wait till like the last second, but I wait till like it's not gonna be able to correct
third
in
last.
time.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, give me a dexterity check.
Okay. Dexterity save or just dexterity check?
For now, check.
Okay.
Just to see how you act that quick turn.
That is not very good. That's an 8.
Okay, so as you are running along, you hear it getting louder and louder. You hear this. You feel the walls begin to shake. You see a few a few rocks falling down from the ceiling as immediately turn, twisting, pivoting on your foot as you begin to bolt it backwards. Give me a dexterity saving throw as it comes up right in front of you as you've turned.
That is a 13.
13, okay. As you turn on your heel, you begin running. As you run practically directly into it, as it comes out directly upwards from the floor, going straight past its own tunnel. But as you're running, it... you take 23 points of bludgeoning damage as the rock sort of bursting out, one hitting you nearly directly in the chest, launching you backwards as this this part of the cave begins to crumble downwards. And
That's not good.
As you feel the entirety of the cave just shuddering with every moment. And these rocks falling left and right. What are you doing?
Do I think I can make it out if I just sprint for the exit now?
The exit is currently behind you, actually, because you turned
Yeah,
to go,
like,
and
if
it
I
came
turn
out
around
in front of
and-
you. If you turn around, you could run for it. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna turn around and run for it again then.
Okay. As you turn again and run, this shuddering going behind you. Give me a Actually, what is your movement? I'm assuming you're dashing.
Yeah.
Okay. As the cave collapsing behind you as you continue running, as everything begins collapsing down behind you as you just get to the brief break in the tunnel as the rest of the tunnel curving off to the left as you see ahead of you the hole that you came through, the same scrape of dust that is in front of it. This large gust of wind pushes you forward. Give me a quick dexterity saving throw.
That is a 12.
Okay, you fall flat downwards as this gust of wind and dust and a few rocks hitting your back and bouncing off of you turning back, you see that nearly the entirety of that cave has just collapsed downwards, completely blocking everything off.
Okay.
But you are
Wait, so I'm out.
out. Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna look around and see what's going on over here.
Okay.
On this side.
As you follow, I'm assuming you're following through the rest of the cave to get out.
Oh, okay. I thought you said I was already out. No, yeah, I'm following the rest of the cave through.
Okay. Following the rest
Still
of the
running.
cave, still running. You see a few sort of small hunched sort of figures, sort of the sort of like lobster-like corpse that you saw before. You see these like sort of three small hunched, almost dog-like, bold creatures, about 2 foot tall, sort of whipping and pulling at the sort of the carapace and stuff, sort of grabbing handfuls of flesh out and sort of tearing it to pieces. Do you just run past?
I'm just gonna, yeah, I just run past.
Okay. Like one of them just sort of like, and as you sort of get closer, but as you run past, it just sort of like moves off to the side and then continues eating. All right. As you make it out, you see that the guards are no longer there. The burn marks and a good few sort of bloody rags are still sort of left scattered around, but it looks like overall the guards have left.
Okay.
Where are you going?
I'm going to I'm gonna head back towards the camp, the main bit, and go past and back towards where everyone else was last time I saw them.
Last time you saw them, or just
where I think they are.
Where you camped?
Last time place I saw them, and then I guess when I get there, I'll probably see it they're not there, and go back to the camp.
Okay. So, Fisker and Paris, both Mistral and Spencer, both of you you're about 2.5, maybe 3 hours into your sort of rest, as you're sort of, maybe you're having a nap, maybe you're just sort of resting up in your wounds, and when a familiar face creeps its way in, a very dusty and a little bit dishevelled looking Cyril.
Shit. What's the word?
I say,
Thanks.
well, that shouldn't go as well as I would have hoped. So, what happened with you guys first?
You see Malone is currently sort of sitting down cross-legged, his eyes closed, and as his sort of flute just in his hands. He doesn't seem to be paying attention to anything.
But are you going to tell me what happened or not?
Well, would you like to go? You were quite a big part of it. I say in the best way possible.
Well, you know about the
So basically,
commotion. Yeah. Well,
It
was turned into a water elemental and completely, well, in the kindest words, meant that we got to be face to face with our foes, and cause quite a hell of a distraction. We learned something about the cloaked dark figure, and we killed quite a few of the guards, as well as that blue tiefling.
Oh, well, I guess that's pretty good.
Yes, though the creature mentioned something about it cannot rest until the I believe it was the crystal is destroyed. Would you happen to know anything about that?
Well, I mean, it could be he could be talking about the crystal that the creature took through the portal.
And that was a focusing crystal for travelling to a different realm. I doubt it.
Well, maybe. Well, actually, is there like a crystal here that I assume it is or something? Wait,
Is there?
I don't think there is. I don't remember though. Might have just forgotten.
You don't remember, then you don't remember.
Okay. I don't know what it would be then. Well, me and Rory went invisible and snuck past the main massive guards. Then, we followed the trail of where we think shit, I was about to call him Naturalist as well. Teleth was taken. We went down a cave and but then we were attacked by a worm, and so I had to escape. Rory carried on searching the tunnel because she can fly, so it can't tell she's there. Oh, a worm. A worm is a dragon-like creature. They live in the Underdark and they can burrow through stone. They're blind. They sense through vibrations in the earth.
Yeah, that's
So if she's
but
flying,
it's
she
pronounced W Y R M, just for you people who want to know how it's spelled.
I was so confused because I thought you were like talking about a regular worm.
No, yeah, I know.
And I was like, okay, a worm is a thing that burrows through the dirt and occasionally goes out of it.
and
Anyway,
get eaten by bird. Kind of ironic. Now the bird is getting eaten by the worm.
Bruh.
You cannot catch
So-
me.
you let Rory go on her own to try and continue to find Teleth.
Yes, it can't sense her. It senses through vibrations, as I said, so if she's flying, it can't tell she's there.
Right, that's at least something. Though now we are down 2 members.
Yes, but we do know where she went roughly. So if we go
Yes, we could.
back,
We could go along the
oh,
same
yes.
route that you took, and we could try and meet up with her. Though we would be at risk from this worm.
Yes, I mean we might have a better chance of doing something about it with 4 people than 1 person.
Yes.
Well, that too.
I say we rest up, and then we go. Then you lead us back to where you sent her off, and then we follow.
Yes, that's probably a good idea.
All right. Well, I need about another hour of rest, and I assume so does Mistral. Though do half elves have the same form of resting that normal elves do? I cannot remember. I'm rather beaten up, but at any rate.
Well, regardless of how long it takes half elves, I think we should still be considerate to Spencer, who doesn't have that capacity.
I don't exactly need
I agree.
Yes.
I agree with you, Mistral.
Wait, so we're having a full, we sleeping here? That, doesn't seem like the best idea.
Well, we
Feel
are
like we should
currently practically
head-
tapped out. We need to gain our strength again, and it gives them a chance to try and get to us.
Oh yeah, I forgot. You guys are weaklings. You ain't warlocks. Short rest.
Yes, I suppose if you need to regain your strength for a longer period of time, I just think we should try and get back to Rory as quickly as possible, because the longer we leave her, the further she will have gotten.
I agree.
Who knows where she could end up?
This is up to vote, I suppose.
Did you say you could send a spell to contact her?
I
Or-
could message her as a current, yes.
Well, surely we should do that then, right?
All right. He sort of closing his eyes, sort of twiddling a small leaf from his just from that seemed to be growing sort of just out of his armor slightly, twiddling it around. He sort of folds it and begins to speak into it. Rory, you are capable to reply to this message, but only when I finish speaking. Where are you? Are you safe? Have you found Tereth? She's not here.
No, I am here. Sorry. Oh, Milan. Yes, I'm in the Drow Citadel. Looking for Tereth. I've not found him yet. They're taking
Wait, can
me
we
to.
hear?
No.
Can we hear Rory or okay? It's just
Okay, so she said all that Malon could hear was they're taking me to the Drow Citadel. They're taking me.
What?
Because it's only a certain amount of words you can reply with.
Oh,
Hit 25,
I did
right?
not know that.
That's counting.
Oh shit. Oh no. Okay.
Upgrade
Yeah,
yourself
the Drow
in
Citadel.
time, man.
Right. She said that she is at the Drow Citadel. Not exactly useful, as we don't exactly know where that is.
I don't suppose we could just go up and ask someone. We have someone we could ask. Maybe Daniels knows.
Oh dear.
Okay.
And you keeping him would be helpful.
Well, if you would like to, then by all means. As he
I mean,
sort of
unless
starts to get up.
you have any other ideas.
Sadly, I do not. So let us consult the child again.
Right. Hi, Daniels. Us again. How's it going? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I realized my mistake, but I'm too proud to fix it. Mm-hmm. Tell me more. So he doesn't know where they are. I take the gag out of his mouth.
Hi. Yeah. As I was saying, I'm kind of cold and I'm kind of. Yeah, the fire went out a minute ago, and yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it so tight? I mean, it doesn't it's not like it's uncomfortable or anything. It's really quite good, but you know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Right.
good,
I would
guys.
I would love to discuss with you the craftsmanship of said bindings. We do have something a little bit more pressing, if you wouldn't mind.
Oh yeah, sure. Is it like your I mean, do you have a bath or are you the boss? I don't know. I don't know.
Did I have a bath?
Boss,
I mean,
boss.
oh,
I've got a bit of a left behind.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
You've met my boss. We've been over
Oh right, yeah. Sorry,
this.
I'm really tired. I can't sleep in this position. Yeah. Anyway, what do you want to ask me?
Right. Do you know anything about a citadel, the elf
Citadel.
city?
Elves. I didn't know there was any elves here.
Oh, drow.
Oh,
Sorry.
drow. Yeah, I think the guys tried to speak with the drow. Something about like. Well, everyone else was saying that they were gonna try to cleanse them, but you know, I know what that means. But yeah. So the drow sort of turned us away and stuff. But yeah, I do know where it is. Yeah, I've seen it.
Could you give us directions?
I mean, it's all mushrooms.
Are you implying that you would need to lead us there?
I could maybe give it's pretty easy to see when you're in the big mushroom place.
Milan did follow me, right?
Yes.
What do you say, sir? Should we have him escort us? We don't know this place at all.
That would be most advantageous. What do you?
I don't know what that word means.
Right, sorry. Too many syllables.
Too many syllables for frog.
Frog have small brain.
Smooth brain.
Don't worry, all frog have big, beautiful brain. Mistral, Paris. Beautiful brain.
Rory's just yelling that from wherever she is.
Go in the cave. Right. Who the fuck is Paris? No, I need to keep. I believe that could be of use, but it also might give us a bad standing when we do go speak to these drow.
Not if we keep him tied up like this. Because it'll show that we're not entirely with this person per se.
What?
Nico.
Who was that?
Doesn't matter.
It was
Felix's father.
was the roar at the end.
Stop. So, what?
What?
To show that you're not really with what?
With you per se. Because we're not with you, we're with your organization. You are not the organization.
Oh,
Are you the organization?
No, I'm not an organization. No, sorry.
Yeah.
I would say give me a deception check, but fucking no.
Technically, I'm not lying. He is not the organizer. Oh wait, no, but I said we were with the organization.
Yeah,
Never mind.
just
Do you want me to make the check?
No, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
It won't
Okay.
do anything. Won't. Actually, no, go ahead.
I hope he rolled.
Dice!
Yay! He used the Daniel's die.
That was a 2. This dice is
So-
cursed.
I rolled a 6, and man, am I glad that was a 2.
Well, I mean, it's Daniels. If he wasn't using the Daniels dice, that would be cheating.
Yeah, it would be.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That does. But yeah, I could give you directions if you guys like get me like a backpack or something. I mean, like,
Did you say like a backpack?
I mean, I can't walk and I don't want to be carried or anything. So like, you could like tie me to your back or something. I don't know.
Do we have anyone strong enough to do that? Spencer, do you think you could carry him with a backpack?
Just from outside the fucking. No,
He's
just
like,
what?
go back to please please go back in your room. Like, go back a bit and just go, what? Like,
Ah, fuck. I moved too far.
Fisker has fallen.
God, this is.
What?
I said, could you carry the small child as a backpack?
Alright, alright.
You wanna come over here real quick just so we can test it out?
Walking noises.
I'll have to redo the bindings, and so his feet aren't going to be jutting into Spencer's back, but that can be done.
Piggyback style.
With
like
him,
how
with
you have
him
the-
facing forward or facing back? I was thinking facing back.
I was thinking like he's like, you know when you like give a little child a piggyback, that way he can still technically see over Spencer's shoulder, so he can like be like, oh, go left at the nearest mushroom. In 400 meters, turn right. You know, that kind of thing.
Okay, yes, that could work with his current bindings as well. Okay, Spencer, come here.
Alright, alright.
As he's like, reaching into his bag, he pulls out another length of rope and
I mean, adjust the legs and the arms, like arms around the shoulders thing.
no, that would mean he that would mean he would be able to interfere. I can do something here. As he sort of briefly untying parts and then tying other pieces, he sort of sits you down, Spencer, onto a rock, and starts tying. So like the it's a lot like a rucksack. You could take him off if you wanted. Like it's just got extra loops that go around your sort of your shoulders. And he sort of his head sort of just pokes up. And he sort of can, like, if he tilts his head slightly, he can see past your own head. Oh wow, this is really high.
Yeah? How's it feel being tall?
I mean, I don't know. I'm like 5'2". I'm really short. It's nice.
I'm the same height as you. Are you calling me short?
I mean, hey.
Do you want to throw hands right here, right now? Actually, no. We have something more important.
I mean, I'm tied up, but like, sure.
Do you think I'm above?
What is
I think
throwing hands entail? Do we just like throw hands at each other?
Yes.
Okay. I don't have any hands to throw. I've got mine, but I
We
kinda
can
need
change
them.
that for you if you'd like. But I'm afraid you won't have anything left to throw with.
Well, that doesn't
Yeah.
sound nice.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm getting so aggressive about this. Everyone else.
It might be because you were short.
I'm just playing the character, man.
That's not right. That was Malon.
Oh, I thought you were saying that, not Milan.
Just Nova just casually calls you short to annoy you.
Alright, now that we have our guide, let's find a way out. Cyril, you said that there was a way to get out.
How long did we rest for? Was it a short rest?
It was a long rest for Malon and none of you others, because he has trance and none else we do.
Okay.
So that was a short rest for you guys. So if you want to use your short rest to get off the stairs, you can. If we want to, I need
I
to
get
take
more
a
spell back.
really quick
Yeah,
break.
yeah.
You did not take a short rest.
Wait, I didn't.
No.
No,
I thought
you
they
just
said
got
we
there.
were taking a rest.
No, they were
Okay.
already taking a rest when you left. Not when you got
Okay.
there. Anyway, I'm going
I
to
see,
quickly
yeah.
take a short break, so I'm going to pause the recording.
Request, Paris. I feel so rejected, man.
Okay.
I forgot Paris was in the
I'm
group.
joking. I'll do it later. We're just busy with D&D right now.
So, you have Daniel Nav.
Hmm.
Where you going?
Dan Nav.
Dynam.
Dunno.
So, where are we going?
What do you mean? Where are we going? You're supposed to be leading us.
Yeah, well, we need to get to the forest first.
What forest?
The big mushroom one.
Well,
Oh.
I don't know where that is. But what?
Do
you
you know
mean-
how to get there?
Through the mouth to hell. Hell mouth.
The one that closed behind us.
Yeah, well, we just have to go and ask the boss to open it.
Right.
Is there any other way besides the giant hellmouth?
I mean, you said your friend got out.
Yeah, but at any point did you see the giant hellmouth open?
It opens sometimes. When the boss
But, like,
opens it. But,
Today.
today, I've seen a wall today. Most of today.
That's
I started my day by going, like, having a smoke, and then you guys, stole me.
Daniels.
Yeah?
I say this with utmost affection. You're as dumb as a bag of rocks.
Thank
Guys,
you.
how do we open this door?
Well, the boss does a thing, and it opens.
Hmm. And where is the thing to open the door?
I feel with the boss.
Well, this isn't getting us anywhere. We can try the cave that Rory went through.
Why don't you guys just tell him that you're not with the boss? It'd make your life so much easier.
Then he'll
Right,
scream.
but you see, there's a big flaw with that idea.
No, Daniels. He's so dumb. So fucking dumb.
He really hasn't figured it out at all this
No.
entire time.
He hasn't. He's made checks. He's made inside checks.
It's even a little bit like, something smells fishy here.
Yeah, no. He hasn't.
Right then. I'll open the door. Doesn't know how to get to the mushroom forest, so I guess we're gonna go with your plan then, Cyril.
Yes, I mean, we'll need to clear the rubble, which I don't know if we will be able to do that, but
You could always ask the treants. I'm sure the boss would lend you some.
The treants are a bit busy with their project.
Okay, yeah, they have been building a lot.
Yeah.
yes.
Right. Perhaps we should sit down again and think of a new plan.
Wait, how thick was the door on the Hellmouth?
I'm not sure. It sort of just closed
But like,
like a mouth.
does it look like, well, because like if it's a door, like how thick?
How thick is it? It's
Yeah.
difficult to tell, but it's solid rock and it's decently thick. You could burst through it with enough force. Maybe a large, very, very large, powerful creature could burst through it.
Okay.
And
Alright,
when we
it's
still
a
had
wild
Pull
shape
the
type, no.
worm over to the Hellmouth, boys.
that could actually be a pretty good idea.
Yeah, not bad.
Hey guys, do you have any snacks or something?
Just dry crackers from last time, man.
Oh.
You want some of that?
If I could have some water with it, sure.
If I have water, do I have water?
You have a water skin, I'd say.
Okay. I'm gonna proceed to feed the backpack.
He's sort of like passing the food just to sort of over Spencer's shoulder.
Yeah.
Oh no, eating noises in my ear.
Yeah, you have eating noises in your ear.
Oh.
What are you guys doing?
We
Alright.
could try and clear the rubble, or try and break through the Hellmouth, but we'd probably need something quite powerful to do either of those.
How much rubble do you suppose there is there?
What do how much rubble do I suppose is there?
Like when you were running off, how blocked up did the
Yeah, I mean I don't know. It's how much.
Love it if you paid attention.
Well,
Enough
you didn't.
enough to blow you off your feet with the gust of wind that it caused.
Yeah.
And so you
Okay.
could estimate.
That's a lot of freaking rubble.
Okay. Well, there was quite a lot.
Maybe we could try to replicate whatever the boss has done to open this hellmouth.
Yes, Well, none of us saw him do it though.
Of course, but it is obviously magical in some way, so enchantments for locomotion are relatively simple.
Yes. I don't believe I have any spells of that nature though.
Or maybe we could simply try to pry it open with brute force.
Well, yes, that certainly could work.
But it might also attract unwanted attention.
At this point, I believe that we are shit out of luck, and they already know we're here. We could always try to find other caves that lead out. I'm assuming there are plenty.
That is true. If there was that one with the worm, there's probably others.
What's to say we don't get lost in the caves though?
Well, yes. I mean, I could teleport to the other side of the Hellmouth, but I don't know how to get the rest of you past.
Could you by any chance make yourself look like that cloaked figure? Maybe it is by recognition. Maybe it isn't magical as much as it is biological.
Not really. I don't have much illusionary magic. Didn't you say you had a spell of that nature?
I do, but not much help it will be. We could try it, but...
I mean, you were the one who suggested this,
yes,
weren't you?
Yes, I did. He sort of... I'm assuming you're all somewhat close to the Hellmouth. So
Yeah.
he sort of walks up to it, and his sort of form begins slowly shifting into that of this cloaked figure. And as there is this low rumble, almost like a voice, not of moving stone, but just a groan almost, and then silence. Well,
Wait.
that was. I'm not sure.
Well, something definitely happened.
It might be advantageous to. I'm just trying to find a. You, boy. Did any of your Watcher friends say anything about a way to sneak out to the Mushroom Forest?
I know there is a way to stake out, but I don't know it myself. You'd have to ask.
Well, could you could you tell us who would know?
Probably. Well, probably Carrion. He's the sort of delinquent one.
Mhm.
Yeah, he's actually in the good books of the tiefling guy. He's mean. But yeah,
Was in the good books.
oh,
It's a long story. We don't have to get into it right now.
okay, yeah. But yeah, they'd probably know. I mean, they always did go to hang out at this one place there, but that might be where they sneak out. I don't know.
Can you take us
Well,
there?
Could you? Yes.
Yeah, I could probably lead you there. It's over that way, a bit further back, but still, it's they always go down there. I see them all the time. But yeah.
Okay, I guess we'll head over there then.
Okay. As you begin to sort of head over
I feel
there.
like we should head there stealthily.
Okay. If you would like to, Spencer, you will have disadvantage as you currently have someone tied to your
Yeah, yeah, I guess as much. That's probably gonna be a fucking nut one.
I mean, we don't have to. I just think it might be a good idea.
Let's try it, I guess. Oh my god. Yeah, so I rolled on that one and on that two.
Ha!
Well,
What did everyone else get?
An 11.
Got a 23.
Okay.
Wait, no, I didn't. I rolled survival, not stealth.
We'll then just change the modifier.
Yeah. 18, 19, 20. 20 not natural.
Okay.
Alright, I had to math that for a second.
Alright. So, as you all begin heading in that location, you see two guards who look a bit worse for wear. They seem a bit. One of them looks absolutely drenched.
Wait, pause.
And the other one looks
Cyril,
a little
these
bit
are-
less drenched. One of them's a bit taller.
I'm sorry, big pause. Cyril, do you still have that cloak? Because I feel like someone should put it on.
Do I still have the cloak?
Yeah.
Yes, I do still have the cloak. I'm gonna reach into my backpack and get it out.
Alright, as you sort of reach into your backpack, you slightly cut your hand on the sort of loose blade that you have in there. But you pull out the
I've got the head and the.
yeah, you've
hilt
got
now,
you've
don't
got
I?
everything of that blade, by the way.
Yeah.
And Rory has that black gem.
Yeah.
And if only it was the other way around. Who should wear the cloak? Who seems to stand out the most out of all of us?
Oh, I'm stupid. I would have. Sarah would have remembered the fucking black gem,
I know
and
you
then.
wouldn't. Never play a character smarter than yourself. Anyway,
I mean,
also,
it's also the fact that
you don't
I've
have
had.
you don't have the keen mind feat. I think it is that essentially is gets the DM to reiterate what he says what he said a while back. Feat.
Mm.
Does sound like a useful thing.
But yeah, yeah. You see these two guards. Who is wearing the cloak?
Who out of us stands out the most? I'm saying this in character. Who here seems the most suspicious?
Malon just sort of
Well,
looks
probably-
down at Cyril.
It'd probably be me, but I'd probably look just as suspicious in that cloak, considering it's about 5 sizes too big for me.
We could always cut it down. Give you a little
Possibly,
tiny
but
cloak.
does anyone have those sorts of tools with them?
Before we do that, Daniels, are goblin watchers common?
No, not really.
Are there any?
I
Even if
haven't
it's just
seen
one.
I haven't seen one. There was a halfling, but no goblins. That halfling got bullied a lot. Like, one of the, sort of just kept picking him up, and he eventually got sent to the Hound. But yeah.
Oh no.
I don't want him to get fed to the hound.
Yeah, that
Don't
thing's
worry,
weird.
I'd eat the
Yeah,
Hound.
I wouldn't want to get eaten by that thing as well. It's got fucking 2 mouths. It's just disgusting.
Well, I'd suggest that, well, either you or, Melon wear it, Mistral, because,
My name is
well, they've
Malon,
already...
not Melon.
Well, I'll say it, I won't I?
Just call him
well,
Melly, it's fine.
Well, I would suggest that either Mistral or Melly wear it, because, they've already... Well, they're quite wet, I'm assuming they were in the fight with, you guys, so they might recognize if you're not wearing it.
Ladies first.
So you wanna rock paper scissors for it?
I insist. Ladies first.
All right.
Wait, did he? I'm guessing Melon's not the blue tiefling anymore.
No, he was never the blue tiefling. He was disguised as the sort of black cloaked thing.
Oh, the
he's
black
no
cloak,
longer
right,
that, and
Yeah.
he's sort of with a flick of his wrist. This illusionary cloak falls over him, just the same as the one that Mr. was wearing.
Magic, great, love it.
Yes, as do I.
Okay. Right, sorry for interrupting you. Then back then, Nova, you may continue.
Right, shall we?
Yes. Let's go.
All right. Who wants to lead this?
I suppose I should, since I have the guide.
Maybe not. In case they're a bit curious about why he's tied onto your back.
Oi, is anyone out there? What the fuck was that noise?
I'm gonna stay back a little bit.
Okay.
And let them talk to them first.
Maybe if we stay quiet, they'll get bored and leave us alone.
Oi, you lot. He sort of sees your cloak, just sort of relaxes slightly, then sees Daniel's. What?
I don't mind him. He likes it.
Daniels? You know, I don't fucking blame you. Right, can you all give me charisma checks?
I'm guessing not me, because I'm not with them.
You can give me a stealth check.
18.
18.
Now, who wants to bet? Get another one, that one.
Did you get another nat 1?
No, who wants to bet? Haven't rolled yet.
Well, let's not bet this.
Oh, that was a fucking nat 20.
Woohoo!
Felix, when you are capable of, what did you get?
When you're dead.
When you
Your dad
finished
leaves.
talking to someone, you had
When
one job for D&D.
When your father stops talking.
Let me roll for him.
No, honestly.
Ugh.
We'll wait.
Right then. While we wait.
Right, let's say we. Let's not wait, and we'll say that when he rolls, he'll just be seen or found then. Right. Right. Wait.
Just never comes back, so he can
What?
never be found.
What you lot doing out here? Do you see that? Massive water thing?
Hi, I'm back. Sorry.
What'd you get for your
My
stealth check?
dad came in. Stealth check. Okay. That's a 9.
9. Okay. Well, did you guys see that fucking water thing?
Oh yeah, massive. Where did it even come from?
Fucking no clue. Honestly.
Hmm.
We were
Nice to
well,
meet.
Yeah, we were we were just about to apprehend one of those people when
Is this the same two from before?
yes. When this fucking water thing comes out of fucking nowhere.
Yeah, it's crazy. Am I right?
Yeah. Wait, you! And he's sort of now looking to you, Felix. The other one now
Yeah.
sort of slowly sort of reaching back for a sort of halberd. Wait, you! He's skulking.
Yes. Sorry.
As now he's sort of unshouldering his crossbow, sort of. Who are you?
Oh, him? Don't mind him. He's with us. He's a watcher too, but we threw his cloak to the hounds because he's so short. He couldn't get it back. Good old pranks.
Give me a deception check.
I'm okay with this. 15.
He sort of looks at you. Wait, did you? All right, yeah. He's sort of like walking up, sort of like patting you on the shoulder, just good on yous. Right, well, you're out here for a fucking smoke as well.
That's a great question. I personally
We were
don't
just about
smoke.
to head down and sit down at the forest.
Oh, the forest, you
Yeah,
say?
try and fucking. It's a bit more breezy up there, so you can fucking actually dry off. We're fucking soaked. We're right next to that watery thing. Surprised it didn't fucking eat us. And we are.
Mind if we?
Sure. We were about to catch fucking what was she fucking half elf. Half elf witch.
Ah, witch? Witch?
Yeah, it was a witch.
How do you
So
know she was? Well, what makes you think she was a witch?
Honeyed words, I say, honeyed words.
Ah, I see. Oh, we'll tag along if that's okay with the two of yous.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Yeah, they sort of look at each other, sort of side-eyed slightly, and then I'm like, yeah, sure. We'll lead the way, I suppose.
I'll give you guys your space because I can see you'd
Oh,
enjoy.
not fucking you two. Shut up. The other one just starts laughing. I think we've run out of music.
Yeah, I've put it in.
Right,
Oh yes, this
Keep
is some
up,
good
shut ups.
music that's playing right now.
he sort of yells back to you, Cyril. And, Daniels? Yeah, hi, what's up? Hi, guys. How about you don't say anything yet?
We've got a gag if you want.
Well, that's perfect, that is. Wait, now, I... Malon just sort of walks with. Wait, now, I come on, I want some... You get the impression that most of these people in the Watches have not had much of an education.
Yeah. Doesn't seem like it.
Okay. I guess we're all walking
Yeah.
towards the forest.
That you are. Is anyone doing or saying anything yet?
I'd say I'd like do some idle bantering with the two of them just to get on their good side.
Give me
I won't
a
actively.
charisma check then.
Do they recognize her voice?
That is what she's making the charisma check for.
Right.
But I intentionally lowered it.
Then give me a
It's fine,
deception
it's fine.
check.
Put it with performance.
A deception of performance because you're tricking someone.
Deception,
So it's-
I
deception,
guess that's
plus
true.
5 deception. That is a nat 20 plus 5, 25.
Why are you so good at tricking my NPCs?
I made sure to put all my buffs into.
Charisma.
Sneaky
yeah.
She's got less charisma than me as well.
Yeah.
She just rolls better.
I mean, you have.
How do you know what my
charisma.
charisma is? Do you peek at my character sheets?
Well, I'm pretty sure you said you have like a +5 in it or something.
Shame.
Deception?
Yeah, if you have a +5, that would be higher than yours. So,
No, well, she said she has a +5 and she says she has proficiency in it, so that would mean she has a +2 in charisma.
Okay, so he didn't peek, he just did math.
Yeah.
My
And he's
apologies.
trying to cover it up.
Dude, I don't even know how I'd peak.
But you know exactly.
Go
'cause you were
on to
looking
the
at
like
other people's-
campaign.
You were looking at other people's character sheets beforehand before I told you not to. You know exactly how to.
How dare you?
No, I don't use my D&D Beyond.
Sus.
Oh yeah, Felix doesn't use
Alright,
D&D
but
Beyond.
Saying I don't know how to has made it so much more sus, man.
Sorry about my brother
No,
yelling.
I actually didn't. I just did the basic ass maths to figure it out.
I don't believe you
yeah.
can do maths.
don't believe the person who got a 9 can do maths. Yeah, okay.
I just realized I hadn't opened my character sheet yet this session.
To be fair, you were in the future because you decided to, well, that's because I rolled bad for the residual magic thing, but still. Anyway, so as you're all walking, we're going to quickly move over to Tereth.
Woo!
Apologies
Ah.
if you have had to take a back seat, I promise.
That's fine.
Alright.
Yeah.
So you have just witnessed this execution of this drow person, this woman running in a robe with this long white hair, just been impaled and forced down to the on a glaive and then with a flourish thrown as this dragonborn is. Find that fucking prince.
I am going to. I turned off my light, right,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna grab Tenebrae's arm and pull him into the shadows.
Shadow realm. Okay, roll me a stealth check.
That I am doing.
That's pretty good.
Did you get a pretty good perception?
I got a pretty good.
I got a 20.
for terror. A 20 natural or not natural?
Not natural.
Okay, so
Still very good.
Tenebrae, sorry, not Tereth. Tenebrae got a.
Oh no.
Oh, he got a 29.
That makes sense.
He's a rogue with high dex.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
I expect nothing lower.
He hasn't got massive dex. He's got less dex than Kip did, but still. Anyway.
Yeah, Kip just automatically got like a 30 though.
Yeah, Kip was very, very sneaky. Anyway, so right now for the.
Rest in peace, Kip.
Oh no, it's over there. Okay. That was 10. Plus that goes back. Okay.
Where's the names?
So as you both quickly ducking out of cover, you see a few more Dragonborn. Sort of, they seem to be scouring the area, all of them with sort of these pikes in hand. You see that there's quite a few red Dragonborns, not as many other colours as currently the ones here are red. This armoured one that was the one that impaled the lady. You can't tell what colour he is, as his armour sort of covering nearly him in his entirety. It's this highly decorated sort of dragon themed armour with this sort of helmet that sort of goes completely quite well around his head with the hood over it.
Is it the guy?
You do not know who it is.
Okay, so it's not the one I think it could be.
You see a few more there, sort of skulking and scouring and looking around. There's about 3 people looking, and then there's the other person. It's sort of a group of 4. And Tenebrae just sort of whispers, what are we going to do?
There's not much we can do. I think.
I hope you're
We just-
whispering.
Oh, I am.
Okay.
I'm be stealth. There's not much we can do. Can you hear me when I whisper?
Yeah, that's fine.
I think we should just hide for now and hope that they pass us and
Let my people be slaughtered.
there's no point you going in and being slaughtered as well. I know it hurts, but it's the truth.
I know. You can see now his face is just streaming with tears.
I will give him a hug.
Okay. Alright, you wait for about 10 minutes until you think all of them are gone. And you are now alone with the Tumbra.
Can I keep on heading towards? I think I'll probably take his hand and lead him towards the place, the
Okay.
mushroom place.
Alright, so you're currently going through the mushroom forest towards the thing. The sort of the large gates to the Drow Kingdom, you can see there's sort of large fires pluming out of the city. As this sort of like what you thought previously were clouds, you think maybe are large things of smoke that is sort of starting to fill up the top.
I'm
of the
gonna
cavern.
try and keep Tenebrae from looking back.
Yeah. Okay. He sort of following you, sort of trying to stay close. You've still got a bit to go, but you're making progress towards the entrance into the where the party was last seen. Okay. If that is all you want to be doing,
For now, I think.
you continue moving and you keep walking for about an hour or two, occasionally seeing some dragonborns, but who are hunting. You see some you see a few that are sort of like hunting with these sort of drakes at their sides. You see quite a bit of quite a large military force, which is surprising. But
Wait, military is in Dragonborn or Drow?
Dragonborn. You've seen you come across a few corpses of drow who have been mauled by the drakes, some been shot, some been killed just with swords, and
I will try and avert Tenebrae's eyes.
yeah, Tenebrae sort of, you see he's very fixated, he's again still crying.
And keep on leading him away.
After a bit, you come to this large pool of and by a bit I mean after you've been walking for about an hour, maybe two, and sort of Tenebrae sort of I don't think I can keep going. I'm tired. I need a rest.
We need to find somewhere that's secluded so that there are no people around. Even then, I think we should try and take watches.
Of course. I should only need about, I don't know, an hour should keep my strength, but I fear that I may become, well, it is, they attacked in the night, and so I haven't exactly had any sleep.
I think I'm gonna look around for somewhere we could rest.
Okay. Directly ahead of you is this large, sort of glowing, almost purple-like pond.
Sounds utterly terrifying.
As it looks quite large. You'd almost call it a lake. Of this sort of dark purple liquid. It's very strange.
I am gonna stay clear of the big lake of purple.
To the left, you see a bit of a denser part of the mushroom forest.
I'll try and head over into that bit.
Okay. You walk for a bit, and you make it into a place where you think is quite secluded. Right. Should I just try to rest, or should I try to fall asleep?
I will stay awake. I think it's best if you get some sleep.
Okay.
We'll take out my bedroll because I'm guessing he does not have a bedroll.
He does not. He does not have really anything on him.
Yes, so, and I'll probably give him some water and food because I definitely keep track of my rations.
He sort of nods. Thank you for all of this. As he
Which
sort
is
of
fine. You helped me when I fell.
I suppose you are repaying that favour after all. As he just sort of like sets down the bedroll and sort of tries to lay down after finishing eating.
I will keep a watch out.
Alright, so that is where we are going to leave it with you. Going back to everyone else, you've just sort of made. Well, actually, let's go back to Rory.
Yes.
So, you're being escorted through the city. You can't see amazingly, but you do have your torch, which you see some of the guards sort of slightly wincing, but not massively. Just sort of trying to avoid looking directly at
Okay. do I still hear the
it.
humming?
Yes, you do still hear the humming.
Is it getting any louder or quieter?
Not at the moment.
Okay. Well, I'll just kind of keep my eye out for anything unusual and just keep going. Just following the guards.
Okay. So, you continuing onwards. You see, there's a few people there who they seem to be sort of avoiding. They seem to be sort of avoiding eye contact with you. These are sort of drow people. You see a few kids who seem to be playing with each other, sort of all sort of chattering in a language you don't understand. As you're sort of being led towards. You're about halfway into the city now. You're sort of being led towards this large, spired, columned building.
Okay. So is that where the prince lives? Or
The prince lives in his own private sector of that, yes, and he often allows. I assume he often allows Tareth access, as he has quite a high standing with the prince.
did Tereth grow up here in the city?
The drow and the dragons of the Isla de Cronus used to be in an alliance, a very successful alliance of trade and prosperity. But something happened. And that was about the time that Tareth was taken in, so to speak. But he had been in the Underdark here plenty of times beforehand.
What happened?
I do not know. At least I do not.
Oh. So
Some say
are
that
you?
there was betrayal. Some say that the island was put under a new leader. Some even say that it was Tareth himself that caused the rise.
Oh.
There is not any definite. Not yet, at least.
But the prince still trusts him.
It does seem so, yes.
Are you sure you can't hear that buzzing sound? It's really. I mean,
She sort of gives you a look. Stops, holding her hand out. Stands still for a minute and...
I cannot. It might be due to the normal altitude your kind is used to living at. Maybe being this far down is having an effect on your ears.
Maybe. Rosa, would you... Well, I say this in my head. Would you know anything about that? Do you think it's just my ears? Rosa.
What? Yes. What is this?
The humming I can hear, do you think it's to do with my ears or is it something else?
Probably, I'm not sure. I don't know. Does it sound like it's coming from inside your ear?
Not really. I mean, does it sound like it's
No.
coming like from all around, kind of?
No, it sounds like it's coming from somewhere, but you just can't place where.
I'm not really sure where it's coming from. It's really annoying, and I don't know what it is.
I don't know either. I've nearly got this. Just
Got what? What are you doing?
he doesn't respond.
Rosa.
There's no response.
Rosa, what's wrong with you? You've never done this before.
There's no response.
Rosa?
You hear a slight from your head.
From my hip. I'm gonna look down at Rosa.
You see Rosa in his holster.
Is the like tink sound? Can I tell where it's coming
Make a
from?
perception check.
6.
Okay. You're not sure. It sounded like it might have came from Rosa, but you're not sure.
Rosa, answer me. Well, what are you... Rosa. Rory looks really worried, and is kind of like, fidgeting as like she's walking behind the guard. She's I'll just keep kind of calling Rose's name every like couple minutes
Okay.
as we walk up there.
The humming is still there. It is really annoying. It is just sort of a constant buzz.
Can I put my hands over my ears and see if that like does anything?
Yeah, it sort of muffles it slightly.
Okay. I say to the guard, do you think we could walk a bit quicker? I want to get out of this city soon.
I would be offended, but okay.
Oh, I mean no offense. I
It's
just
fine. As they sort of quicken their pace slightly.
okay.
After a bit of walking, still you're a bit away. You've been away from Felix for about...
Who's Felix?
You've been away from Cyril for about 4, maybe 5 hours now.
Okay.
as continuing along, you begin to see now the guards sort of stationed outside this palace. They seem a lot more decorated than the other ones, similar to the one you met originally. As guards sort of approaching, sort of saying to the other guards, as the other one nodding and sort of turning on his heel and walking inside of a small door to the side that is guarded by a few guards. I have sent word, and the prince will be notified that his guest is sought after. You see, there's a little bit of sort of animosity when he says guest. She says guest, sorry.
Okay. How long do you think it'll take?
The citadel is a large place, and the palace is also quite large. It should take... if the prince is there, then it should take about 10 minutes. If he is not there, he would have to be located, and that would take a bit longer.
Oh, okay. Is there somewhere I could maybe sit down? My head is like... I don't feel that well.
Of course. Come with us. As they sort of walk you into what looks like a bit of a smaller building off to the side. As you see a few more of these sort of guards, what it looks like as they're entering into the building. You see a lot more of the guards. They're sort of like in different stages of wearing their armor, and some of them are sort of like sharpening swords and other things as they lead you into a sort of off to the side building, and the female guard sort of shoos the other one off back to where you guys came from, and sort of sitting, sort of like leaning on the sort of to the side. So there's a sort of a chair and a table in there.
Okay. I'll sit down in the chair. Does she like stay with me or?
Yes, she
Okay. I'm just gonna in my head try to Rosa, please answer me. Where have you gone?
You hear another sort of...
I'll look back down at Rosa. Do I see anything different about the blade or anything?
Give me a perception check.
That's 15.
15. You see a long, small crack going down the middle of the blade. What is left of the blade.
Oh, okay.
That was not there previously.
Yeah. I'm gonna, without trying. So there's a table in front of me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna try and make sure the guard doesn't see, but kind of take Rosa out and just kind of look at it more closely.
Okay, give me a sleight of hand check.
That's 21.
Okay. Discreetly, you sort of turning your body, sort of drawing Rosa, sort of to look at a bit more intricate. You can now see this sort of spider webbing crack forming along the blade of Rosa.
I'll just in my head. Oh my god! Well, what's happening to you? Oh, why are you cracking? Rosa, answer me, please.
I don't remember.
Rosa? What's happening? Are you breaking?
Don't know. Who are you again?
Rory, what do you mean? Who am I?
Oh.
Rosa, stop. How do I fix this?
What was I doing?
So what's wrong with you? Why is this happening? You've never broken before.
Am I?
What are you talking about?
I don't remember.
Rosa, if this is a joke, please stop. Can I make an insight check?
Go ahead.
That's 16.
16, okay. You can immediately tell that something is definitely not right. Definitely. He obviously seems to not remember much, and he doesn't seem to be putting it on. And you can't really think of... give me an intelligence check to try and think of where it came from.
Okay. That is a nat 1. Great. Yeah.
You try to rack your minds, but in your current state, you can't think of anything, any reason why he'd be like this.
Okay. I'm just gonna look up and say to the guard, a kind of like a few like tears in my eyes, like starting to form. Just, please, could you ask them to I'm really sorry, but I really need to get back to my friends as quick as I can. Do you think there's any way they could be quicker?
They should be here soon, okay?
Okay.
There's not much else I can do to hurry them up.
Rosa, can you hear me?
There's no response.
Rosa, please, you can't leave me.
Real talk, why are you guilt tripping the DM, man? This is meant to be me tormenting you.
We live to guilt trip the DM.
I know, honestly. Jesus. Right, after a little bit of time, the previous guard comes back, whispering something in the other one's ear, saying, "Your friend has not been here as far as the prince is aware."
Is so the
Wait.
prince is
I'm
is
sorry,
is
I'm
in?
back.
The prince is here, yes, though he does not know whether Tereth is... He has not been informed of Tereth's arrival or anything of the sort.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I guess I'll go then.
Alright. You'll be escorted to the gate. Come.
Yeah, I'll walk like really as fast.
Yeah, they keep pace.
Okay.
As you are walking, you're
Sorry.
about halfway through the city as this large, billowed roar comes from somewhere to your left. This low but high-pitched roar coming out as this large, bright flash comes from the left corner of the city. You immediately hear the sound of screaming. What do you do?
I'm gonna look to see what it is.
Okay, give me a perception check.
Yes. 15.
Okay. Immediately after that roar and that flash, you hear what sounds to be a horn. A large, sort of just war horn. As, again, this just large billowed roar, as then more of a flash, as then you see it. A large red dragon with silver armor on it, crafted onto it.
Does it look enraged or is it like calm?
It looks pretty composed. Give me an insight check, actually.
That is a 6.
You can't tell the sort of the.
Okay.
You really can't tell. You can't read a
Is it
dragon's face. It's not constantly
breathing?
roaring, but it is roaring. It is roared twice. As it's now flying over, and it's sort of just letting out a large plume of fire straight down towards the city. As these screams echoing out of the city now, everything turning to absolute shit. As you can see, lots of guards beginning to run towards the thing. The guards with you also begin to run towards where that dragon came from. Where are you going?
I will fly upwards, and backwards a little bit.
Are you going towards the exit or out, or further into the city, or because backwards would mean you're going back towards the rest of the city.
Oh,
About
okay.
halfway.
Wait, which way? Sorry, which way is
Forward would be
the
out of the
dragon?
city.
Oh, right. Are the guards running forward?
The guards are running to the left, towards where the dragon first came from.
Okay. I'm gonna
You can see lots of different sort of civilians, children, women, sort of running out as this sort of dragon sort of circling, just breathing fire straight downwards into the rest of the city. You see plenty of people being just charred.
Oh god, okay. Oh god, I don't know. I guess I'll follow the guards.
You're following the
Like,
guards? Okay.
Yeah.
Are you flying?
Yes.
Okay. Following behind the guards, you see the absolute devastation of this fire. You see the fire charring and burning at the stone walls as it continues to spread. Thinking that the most of the city is stone, you would think that it wouldn't fire would be the least of their worries, but this fire is different. This fire is melting rock, turning it into molten rock. As the screams echoing just up below you continue onwards, you get another good look at that dragon as it's flying, the silver armor sort of shining, as you see another form, a smaller, sort of a more high-pitched roar this time, as a second dragon flying upwards through the smoke that is where all the guards are running to. It's sort of just in the sort of close to the wall of the close to the wall of the sort of cave, I suppose. you see this large plume of smoke beginning to bellow out of the ground. It's a second dragon, smaller this time, but a more high-pitched roar, flying through
Where
the
are they
smoke.
coming from? Oh, okay.
Give me a perception
Do I
check.
know? Okay, yeah. That is 16.
16. You notice that they seem to be coming out of a large hole in the ground as the smoke begins to continuously bellow out. You see a few glimpses of forms rushing out of this large hole that's been blown.
Okay, am I mean, I said I'd fly up, but am I still in like hearing range of the guards that I was
You
with?
could yell down if you sort of you're ahead of them now by a bit, considering how
Okay.
much faster you are.
Yeah, I'll like yell down to them. What is happening? Where did they come from?
You see the guards that you were with. Sort of one of them is sort of helping some sort of civilians out of burnt, sort of like melting buildings, as the other one is sort of just directing them out of the city. They don't seem to pay any attention to you.
Oh, okay.
As you see now, forms of what seem to be dragonborns of all different colours, rushing out, sort of with armour, pikes, halberds, glaives, as
Okay.
they begin to run, cutting down civilians and guards alike. And it apparently goes quiet. Hello?
Okay.
Oh,
In
what the fuck happened?
what?
Everything went quiet for me for a second.
Yeah,
Everyone
same.
just stopped speaking.
Yeah. Alright,
I
anyway.
think you cut out from. I don't know what you said.
Okay, no, it's fine. Right, so oh, that's because my internet's messing up slightly. You see these dragonborn cutting people down left and right. Fucking really.
Okay. I'm gonna in my head. I'm gonna like shout, like, Rosa, I need you right now. Please, please don't go. You can't. No, Rosa. Rosa, please. I don't know what should I do? Do I stay or should I should I get back to the other side? I'm gonna fly. Can I? Is there a way for me to make a, like, to shoot an arrow at it without, and then fly away without it getting an attack of opportunity? Like fly.
So an attack of opportunity. What, the dragon?
Yeah.
Right, which one? The smaller one or the larger one?
Which is closer to me?
Currently, the red one is close to you.
Yeah, the red one then.
Okay. Attack of opportunities only happen when they're within melee range.
Oh, okay. Cool. Well then I'm gonna shoot an arrow at it.
Okay. Doesn't roll hit.
That's 21.
21, that just hits.
Alright. Do I get to attack twice, or is that just in when
you
we're
can
in?
you can attack twice, but you might have to roll initiative.
Oh, okay. What's the 1d8? That's 8 damage.
Hey, give me a second. Okay. As you loose an arrow, it sort of landing inside a chink in one of the pieces of armor. As it seems to slightly ignore you. Go ahead and roll your second attack.
Okay. Ooh, nice. That is 24.
24, that hits. Roll damage.
11.
Okay. As you loose this arrow again, sort of now aiming towards the face, it sort of hits just near where the tear duct you assumed to be, as the dragon sort of slightly shakes its head and turns its head towards you. Roll initiative.
Oh shit, okay. That's not great. That is 10.
Okay. You got 10?
Yes.
Okay. The dragon is going first.
Great.
As the dragon sees you, it begins to fly towards you. I'm gonna say you are about what is the sort of like, I'm gonna say you're about, I'm gonna say you're 70 feet off. Okay?
Okay.
And God, why are you fighting that? Why are you fighting? Okay, I'm going to say this may not be your best decision. As
Yeah,
this
why
is
are
an
you fighting
armored
the dragon?
adult red dragon. I wasn't
Rory is
expecting
in
If
you
you
to
die,
fight
I'll
it.
be so sad, Aaliyah, because I just made that for you.
John, shut the fuck up. Okay.
I will post it after the session.
That's
You know,
horrendous.
Rory's in a very fragile mindset. Her mind
I
is
can
being
tell, but this
buzzed
is
with
already a
buzzing
deadly
and-
encounter. Right, okay, it's gonna go ahead and fly towards you, and it will make it, and it's gonna go ahead and make. Does a 25 and
Yes.
hit your armor class? Okay, that is 2d10 plus 8. Okay, this is that's 19 piercing damage as the dragon flying up to you, biting down onto just your leg, sort of swishing its head slightly, throwing you to the side as you sort of reorient yourself with your flying. It's going to go ahead and try and swipe at you with its claw. Does a 27 hit your armor class?
Yes.
Oh. It does 11 piercing damage this time and 7 fire damage for your bite, by the way, I forgot.
11 and 7.
Yes.
So 18.
Yes. And
Oh my god.
goes ahead and tries to swipe at you again with its claw. Does
I have
a
made.
15 hit your armor class?
Oh, no.
Okay, that was a nat 1.
Ha! Plus 14 to hit,
Yeah.
guys.
I have
That
made
one.
a severe
Oh.
judgment.
You're fighting an adult red dragon! God, why didn't you choose the Mercury dragon? That would have been at least a bit easier. Right. As again, this time, it's slashing with its now claw, slashing across you as it again hits now across your torso, sort of going from your shoulder down, straight down to your pelvis. As sort of coughing out a bit of blood, as you then see another one coming, so you're flapping your wings as hard as you can, you push yourself backwards enough for it to get past, to just swish past, as the sort of air from its strike pushing you back, sending you slightly tumbling backwards.
Oh,
And it is just going to say, as it looks at you. It is now your turn.
I am going to disengage.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to fly away.
Alright, are you dashing?
Yes.
Okay. How far do you get? You get 120 feet, I believe. You're dashing in the air.
Yes, I think so. I don't really know actually.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm gonna
Alright, so
head back.
As you try to get away, as you flying as fast as your little wings can take you, you get a decent bit away, and if that is everything with your turn,
I mean, yeah, I'm just flying.
okay. Let's go flip a coin.
Oh,
I wish I hadn't found my coin yesterday.
You're determining whether or not Alea dies.
Shit. I was too far forward. Alright, fuck. That was tails.
Make me a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
I think that means I got the good one.
Okay.
Because otherwise it would just be, alright, you get chomped. Bye bye.
That's a 17.
17.
Yeah.
Oh no.
How much health do you want?
Oh no.
8.
Oh fuck. Why are you only on 8 health?
Why did you do it? Why did you shoot the dragon?
Oh no.
Yeah, the fuck were you thinking?
Leah, I'm gonna let you at least. I'm gonna let you get away with this just this fucking once. Because this is unfair on you. I get it. I put you in this encounter with the possibility of fighting an armored adult red dragon. So I'm gonna be lenient and say you make the saving throw as a large plume of fire bursts past you.
Haha,
Singeing
get
some of your
roasted.
feathers, and the heat of the fire almost sucking the air out of your lungs. As you begin to tumble, but you're still alive. Dragon, now as you're spinning, trying to reorient yourself, flapping your wings a bit, you level yourself out as you see the dragon turning back towards the city.
Run.
I'm trying to.
As you fly as fast as your wings can take you. You barely make it out. Beaten, bloodied, and bleeding.
Burn to a crisp. Roasted like a marshmallow.
And that is where we're
Let
going
Alea
to
live.
end today's session.
Uh-oh.
Unless We have too many people.
No, we can't. We kind of have to, though, don't we?
It's a good end.
Yeah. It's a good end.
Right. What did we
Like-
learn?